So here we are again. At the moment everything is ready to go painted. I wanted to stop here and give you guys a little heads up. So yeah, what I did is I washed all these bits with degreaser agent and then carefully lined everything up on wooden sticks. These will help me paint in a way I don't need to touch the parts. They can get the paint whatever they need. So everything is on sticks. Everything is also masked for the parts that don't need paint and I don't want to paint, so that also helps as well. So yeah, now let's talk about the paint. Bumblebee has this really amazing paint job. It's a goldenish yellow, which is, the guy told me, several clear coats of a yellow goldish metal flake clear coat paint over a white base. So that's exactly what I'm going to do with Bumblebee as well. I'm going to use Tamiya because they got this really nice pearl white lacquer, which I really like to use, so it is what I'm going to use for Bumblebee. To make it sure that it's ready for paint, you need to add some thinner before you're going to put it into your paintbrush. And then it's ready for paint. I'm going to show some pictures of how the original Bumblebee looks. And then it is time for paint. So I'll see you guys in a bit when I get everything ready. So what I did now is I used this little tin cup, and as you can see it's half of half. There's half lacquer thinner and it's half paint. I'm going to mix these two together up, and then it's going to be ready for the airbrush. What you want is you want it thin, you want it to be almost milky in substance, and that's basically where you start with the paint. You're going to do thin coats, so it's going to be like 4 or 5 of really thin coats of white, and then when everything is covered, we're ready to go and add some yellow. But first, let's get this ready, get it mixed up, and then it's ready for the airbrush. As you can see, it's now really thin. It's almost milky, so just little bit careful shakes. And then it's ready to get some paint on there. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some room. I'm going to take these out of the way, because the thing what you want is you want to be able to take the sticks out, paint them and put them back in with the paint on. So yeah, we'll do a montage from now on, and then you'll see what I mean with the paint and stuff. So when you're ready to paint, always use a well ventilated area. In this case I'm just going to put on my suction area. And always make sure that this is clean. So as you can see now, everything has the first paint coat. As you can see, it's still a bit translucent, so it still needs more. But it shows you that at some part I accidentally did do a little bit too much paint. And you can see it's going to get some runners, so you need to try to find a way to blow that off. And then yeah, everything is ready for its second coat. So as you all can see now, everything here is covered in the white base coat. It's a pearlized white. It's really pretty and shiny. Time for the next step, which is to add the yellow that actually will make Bumblebee. So in order to do this, I actually mixed up the color myself. It's 2/3 of it's 2/5 yellow. Clear yellow, it's 1/5 orange, and it's 1/5 clear. and that's all covered with the same amount of thinner. So now we'll be adding some small coats here on top of that. I hope you can see this, but this is basically coat 1. It's still a little bit too whitish. It needs to be more of a golden color, but that will happen with the next coat and maybe the coat after. And then it's polishing time and getting it all ready to go and be put back together again. So here we are a couple of minutes later, everything is dried up, so ready for another round. I'm going to be doing the second coat now, and then I'll give you an afterwards. But yeah, it's going to be noisy again, so I'll add in some music or something. So as you guys can see now, everything is covered in the right amount of paint. Everything is turned up to be the right shade. Now everything has to cure and die out a little before I can actually sand it down and polish it. So we can get rid of a little bit of runs we got going on, like right here. And yeah, then it's all ready to become something really pretty, I think. Okay, thank you, and I'll see you guys later. Hello everyone, welcome back. I just noticed that I seem to have lost the video file for the taping of the figure, but that's not really important. What I use is the yellow Tamiya tape for the big lines, and then I'll just add some normal tape over the Falsadoni paint. Yeah, sorry you can't see that, but I did find that you just have the door. As you can see, it still needs polishing, but I'm going to do that after I do it with the clear. So all it needs now is just a little bit of more tape for the parts that don't need to be painted. What I always do is I just put it on my trousers for just a sec, and then I'll tape it over the parts that don't need paint. That way you are sure that you don't remove any paint of it. But yeah, he's ready for the black coat, and that's something I'm going to show you right now. Always make sure that you clean your airbrush outright. And then it's time to add some paint.